Some big things are happening at Rolls-Royce. They've always been known as an exquisite coachwork company, but that is on the move. The British press announced that the new Rolls-Royce Boat Tail is owned by Jay Z and Beyoncé for a cool $20 million. This is one of a kind, completely designed from the ground up, from the outside in. Martin Fritches is the president of Rolls-Royce.
Your imagination, those are ultimately your limits. So, and more than ever with our three patrons, particularly with the last coach build project, we have seen that they come up with the craziest ideas and the wildest imagination, but ultimately we can then make it happen and come up with, in my opinion, which is the most impressive and really gorgeous product.
This is the beginning of a new kind of Rolls-Royce. Alex Innes spent years at the client's home preparing to design a new style luxury item, both inside and out. Rolls-Royce have always been known as a company that bespokes their cars to exquisite interiors and exteriors. But things are on the move here, and they have some new ideas about how they can make their vehicles the most sought-after luxury items in the world.
We have over 700 colleagues at the factory who really know how to deal with these materials, how to work on them, and obviously make the best bespoke commission ever possible. And you have been at Goodwood, you know, you have that feeling, the impression, how carefully we look into the details, how we carefully treat those materials, and obviously balance it in a very unique commission here product.
The boat tail was built to reflect the character of the owner. The rear deck inconspicuously houses a highly ambitious concept never seen before in the automotive world. Alex worked on the new boat tail for over 4 years, and this vehicle is outstanding. When you look at it from the front, it doesn't look like any Rolls-Royce you've seen before. Completely drivable, this vehicle is just one of one. Hinged towards the centerline, the synchronized opening movement reveals a treasure chest of moving parts that offer themselves to the host at a precise angle of 15 degrees. This subtle gesture of presentation reflects a genteel and ultimately British expression of service.
But Nick, exactly that's what ultimately Rolls-Royce stands for. And we wanted to just make sure, once again, that if there is one brand, one part who can really make it, it's Rolls-Royce, and really take it to the very limits, to the extent. And again, your imagination, those are ultimately your limits. So, and more than ever with our three patrons, particularly with the last coach build project, we have seen that they come up with the craziest ideas and the wildest imagination, but ultimately we can then make it happen and come up with, in my opinion, which is the most impressive and really gorgeous product.
But it's the back where things get extremely interesting. Called a boat tail, not because the back resembles a boat, because the back resembles those boat tail vehicles of the past. The inspiration was drawn from some of the boat tail vehicles from the 1930s. At the press of a button, the deck opens in a sweeping butterfly gesture to reveal an intricate and generous hosting suite. It's complex. It's the first time that Rolls-Royce has ever used wood on the exterior of one of their vehicles. The chest is appointed with the perfect accoutrements for a true Rolls-Royce alfresco dining experience. One side dedicated to aperitifs, the other cuisine, complete with cutlery engraved with the name Boat Tail. There are 2 more Boat Tail Rolls-Royces to follow. Rolls-Royce spent many hours with 2 other families to design vehicles which were personal to them. And this is just the beginning of their Coachworks department.
We have spent hundreds of hours to really understand, particularly in the pinnacle of these of our patrons here, to understand not only their family, where they live, what are their most valuable things in life, but to really have a clear understanding of how's their life overall, so that we can really make a one-off, very unique coach build product. Again, the pinnacle of the Rolls-Royce brand here, to come to the best coach build product ever. And again, we have a new project here. It's Boat Tail, and that's the next generation of coach build here, looking forward for Rolls-Royce.
Now, if you're ready for a one-of-a-kind personalized Rolls-Royce, the process takes around 4 years. How much does it cost? Well, how big is your budget? Rolls-Royce will make something so personal, so individual, that it'll never be created again in the history of the world.
I'm Nick Miles.